Welcome to Hoodoo House's Top 10 Black Queer Books to Include on Your Summer Reading List. Welcome to Top 10, and today we're counting down the top 10 Black queer books to add to your summer reading list. Before we start, make sure you check out all our other videos on Hoodoo House TV and be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and push the damn bell so you can be notified all about our latest juicy goodness. Number 10, Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. In the 1950s, a young man finds himself caught between desire and conventional morality. With a sharp, probing imagination, James Baldwin's classic narrative delves into the mystery of loving and creates a moving, highly controversial story of death and passion that reveals the unspoken complexities of the human heart. Number 9, I'm So Not Over You by Kosoko Jackson. It's been months since aspiring journalist Kian Andrews has heard from his ex-boyfriend, but an urgent text has them meeting at a cafe. Hudson, his ex, has a favor to ask. He wants Kian to pretend to be his boyfriend while his parents are in town, and Kian reluctantly agrees. When things don't go exactly as planned, their fake friendship is starting to feel like it might be more than a means to an end, and it's time for them both to fact-check their feelings. Number 8, Things We Couldn't Say by J. Coles. From one of the brightest and most acclaimed new lights in young fiction, a fantastic new novel about a bi-black boy finding his first love. There's always been a giant hole in Gio's life, not because he's into guys and girls, not because his father has some drinking issues, and not because his friends are always bringing him their drama. No, the hole in Gio's life takes the shape of his birth mom, who left Gio, his brother, and his father when Gio was 9 years old. For 8 years, he never heard a word from her, and now, just as he's starting to get his life together, she's back. Number 7, All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. Both a premiere for teens eager to be allies, as well as a reassuring testimony for a young queer man of color. All Boys Aren't Blue covers topics such as gender identity, toxic masculinity, brotherhood, family, structural marginalization, consent, and Black joy. Number 6, Running with Lions by Julian Winters. Bloomington High School Lions star goalie Sebastian Hughes should be excited about his senior year. His teammates are amazing, and he's got a coach who doesn't ask anyone to hide their sexuality. But when his estranged childhood best friend shows up to summer training camp, Sebastian realizes the team's success may end up in the hands of the one guy who hates him. But to Sebastian's surprise, sweaty days on the pitch, wandering the town streets, and bonding on the weekends spark more than just a friendship between them. Number 5, Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. With her newly completed PhD in astronomy in hand, 28-year-old Grace Porter goes on a girls' trip to Vegas to celebrate. She's a straight-A, work-through-the-summer certified high achiever. She is not the kind of person who goes to Vegas and gets drunkenly married to a woman whose name she doesn't know, until she does exactly that. Number 4, The Color Purple by Alice Walker. Celie is a poor black woman whose letters tell the story of 20 years of her life, beginning at the age of 14 when she is being abused and raped by her father and attempting to protect her sister from the same fate, and continuing over the course of her marriage to Mr., a brutal man who terrorizes her. Celie eventually learns that her abusive husband has been keeping her sister's letters from her, and the rage she feels, combined with an example of love and independence provided by her close friend Shug, pushes her finally towards an awakening of her creative and loving self. Number 3, The Invisible Life Trilogy by Elin Harris. Law school, girlfriends, and career choices were all part of Raymond Tyler's life, but there were other, more terrifying issues for him to confront. Being black was tough enough, but Raymond was becoming more and more conscious of his sexual feelings that he knew weren't right. He was completely committed to Selah, his longtime girlfriend, but his attraction to Kelvin, who he had met during his last year in law school, had become more than just a friendship. Number 2, Hurricane Child by Kaysen Collender. Caroline Murphy is a hurricane child. Being born during a hurricane is unlucky, and 12-year-old Caroline has had her share of bad luck lately. She's hated and bullied by everyone in her small school on St. Thomas of the U.S. Virgin Islands. A spirit only she can see won't stop following her. And worst of all, Caroline's mother left home one day and never came back. But when a new student named Kalinda arrives, Caroline's luck begins to turn around. Kalinda, a solemn girl from Barbados with a special smile for everyone, becomes Caroline's first and only friend, and a person on whom Caroline has begun to develop a crush on. Number 1, B-Boy Blues by James Earl Hardy. Mitchell Crawford always wished, hoped, and dreamed for a roughneck, a hip-hop-loving, street-strutting, cool-posing, crazy crotch-grabbing brother. And he finally finds one in Raheem Rivers, who is a vision of lust, 6 feet tall and 215 pounds of mocha chocolate muscle. Mitchell knows Raheem and will take him for a walk on the wild side, especially between the sheets. But he doesn't count on getting behind Raheem's mask and finding out he can find someone he actually can love. So, what do you think about our picks? Check out all our other videos on Hoodoo House TV and be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and push the damn bell so you can be notified of all of our latest juicy goodness. Just do it. You know you wanna. Make sure you jump on to hoodoohousetv.com and subscribe to watch all of our amazing content, shows, and interviews, bringing the Southern Black queer narrative front and center.